no one wants to really tell what's going on with Caitlin Clark. The media has agreed that, hey, there's certain things, there's certain truths that the public can't handle. Think of Jack Nicholson and A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle what's going on with Caitlin Clark. The Indiana Fever, after a terrific offseason where they allegedly added this great coach, Stephanie White, they added these free agents in Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner and Sophie Cunningham. And the Indiana Fever are on track to be a title contender. The Vegas odds have them as like the third best chance of winning the WNBA title after the New York Liberty and the Minnesota Lynx. And right now, I believe the Indiana Fever are the seventh best team in the WNBA. They play tonight, which will be their 14th game. We're right about moving into a third of the way through the WNBA season. And the Indiana Fever are an absolute hot mess. And Caitlin Clark, the Ice Princess, this rare diamond that can change the weather and the dynamics of women's basketball. Caitlin Clark is the Ice Princess, this precious diamond, this precious commodity, the greatest star in all of American sports right now. The WNBA has her within its grips and control, and they don't know what to do with her. The players on the opposing teams have a lot of animus towards her. They're so desperate to compete with her. Her talent is so rare. They do some dirty tricks. They play against her very physically. They're abusive to her verbally, emotionally, mentally. She's in this hostile battleground. She's behind enemy lines. She's someone from a Catholic upbringing that has a boyfriend who has this unique, rare talent and just is better than virtually everybody else in terms of skill. And she's brought in a fan base of people, mostly heterosexuals, to the WNBA that the WNBA players are like, hey, we want to be popular, but we don't want to be that kind of popular. We want people to watch and pay attention to us, but we don't want those people watching and paying attention to us. And so we hate Caitlin Clark, and we will destroy the Ice Princess to save the obscure welfare league that we have become comfortable with. And so the Indiana Fever handed over this precious jewel. Women basically handed over this precious jewel. They don't know what to do. They'd rather destroy this rare Ice Princess jewel than experience its benefits. And you wonder why people like me say, hey, look, the matriarchy is very dangerous. The matriarchy is not a leadership mindset. The women left to their own devices will destroy their most valuable resources rather than benefit from that resource if that resource doesn't promote the right things. And so the WNBA, the Indiana Fever, they put together an alleged dream team this offseason around Caitlin Clark to elevate her. And as I walked you through a little bit yesterday, they haven't put a dream team around Caitlin Clark. They've put a scheme team around Caitlin Clark. They've surrounded her with her natural enemies. Lesbian women who are upset that heterosexuals are invading the WNBA experience. The WNBA has been, and I'm not saying this derisively, I'm not trying to be I don't want to agitate needlessly. I'm not trying to hurt people's feelings. I'm just speaking an uncomfortable truth that no one else or the rest of the media is not legalized to talk about. But the WNBA has been perfectly comfortable living off of the NBA and men and that welfare and having a little gay pride tour that circles the country and goes to 10, 12 different arenas, and they throw little gay pride basketball events. It's a gay Gus Macker tournament. Anybody know what the Gus Macker is? Remember the Gus Macker 3-on-3 basketball that show up in your city? It's just for fun. They'd hand out some trophies. Your friends would play. Those guys that were decent in high school, they'd have their little Gus Macker team. That's what the WNBA has been. They just travel around and have a little gay pride party at a basketball arena. And everybody's upset that, hey, man, this was a little comfortable place where we could all be gay and, drag queens are welcome. And this is an LGBTQ-friendly, safe space. And yes, there's only 2,000 or 3,000 of us at these games. And yes, we're totally dependent on heterosexual men and the NBA to finance our leagues. But this is comfortable and this is fun and this is a safe space. And we get to whine and complain and pretend to be victims. And we're good with that. We don't want success if it means that our little 2 to 3 night a week gay pride party in different basketball arenas is going to get broken up and invaded by people that don't share our values. And so the Indiana Fever, in trying to stay in line with the WNBA culture, they fire their coach last year, Christy Sides, and bring in a high-profile LGBTQ coach in Stephanie White. And Stephanie White says, hey, I'm going to bring in my all-star player who I've worked with in the past, DeWanna Bonner. She's LGBTQ. She's the wife, girlfriend, whatever, of, I think, Alyssa Thomas. Hey, I'm going to bring her with me to Indiana. And then I'm going to bring in Natasha Howard, who's married to or in a mirage with another woman. And these are going to be our 2 big acquisitions. And I'm going to throw Caitlin Clark a bone and the Indiana Fever fans a bone. We'll bring in Sophie Cunningham. She's, the Instagram model of choice in the WNBA. She's heterosexual. She's kind of a little sex pot. We'll bring her in, and everybody will be happy. And, the LGBTQ crowd gets what they want. The guys that like to jerk off while watching sports, they get what they want with Sophie Cunningham. And this is all going to be just a big, happy, diversity and melting pot, and we're going to have these 2 cultures coexist. The alphabet mafia and the heterosexual mafia, they're going to coexist. And they're not coexisting. It's a hot mess. This is an amazing soap opera playing out. So much so that this is my speculation. But again, I'm so deep down in this WNBA rabbit hole that it's informed speculation. DeWanna Bonner, who's the 3rd all-time leading scorer, I believe, in WNBA history, like a 14-time All-Star, maybe a 14-year career, All-Star, a bunch of years. But she's basically quit the team because these 2 worlds can't coexist. She took a leave of absence about 3 weeks ago. No one knows where she is. No one knows what she's doing. No one knows why she left. There's all kinds of speculation. But here's an all-time great WNBA player. 3rd leading scorer, I believe, in WNBA history. She's disappeared from the league for unexplained reasons. And no one in the media is trying to find out why. There's no reporting about it. There's no nothing. Imagine a soap opera that has one of their main characters just exit and they never explain why. This makes the Ice Princess storyline. This makes the King Kong gorilla love affair kidnap. This makes this stuff sound believable. But this is as the WNBA turns. We have this incredible farcical story going on, an opportunity of a lifetime for the WNBA, and they're setting it on fire. They'd rather burn the whole thing down than benefit from Caitlin Clark. Help us grow the Fearless Army. Pound that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with all your fearless friends.